All right, welcome back to the Denali Deep Dive. We're going to mix it up today. We typically just having a conversation here, but we're going to have a conversation here and here today for all you guys out there that are watching and gals. This is the guitar pool. We've shot here before. We want to run through some of the really cool features of this pool. In the other episodes, we're sitting down inside the guitar and you don't get to see all that's going on around us. So let's walk around. Devon, kind of take us through what we're looking at here. We call it the guitar pool for a reason.
Right. Here we go.
Show us the guitar.
All right. So as you can see here, we got the head and the neck of the guitar that actually leads out to kind of, I call it the island, the guitar island, which is the body of the guitar, which then we can kind of step down into a sunken bar. So with a fire feature in the middle. So as we step down, you got the fire feature to the left, and then you have a place all the way around to set your drinks, talk to the folks in the shallow end, talk to the folks up top or underneath in the grotto.
So something cool that you can't really see right now, it's not dark enough, but there's LED track lighting that goes all the way down the side of the guitar, comes down and goes all the way around the inside. If it wasn't so windy, we'd have this giant fire pit burning here. So you got the fire pit here, the sunken bar. One thing that I love about this is that the coping changes, right? It changes from the standard, what you're typically going to see here is about 16 inches, right? And then we bump out to where you've got a solid 10 inches of overhang on the bar. So you can kind of set what they call belly up to the bar here.
Exactly.
Another cool thing is you got water everywhere down here, right? So these are deck jets. There's another water feature here that's shooting into the water. We'll look at it in a minute, called a laminar, and we'll talk about the differences. But one of the things I think that's important here,
we got drainage. We got a place for the water to go. 100%.
Yeah. So you got to drain this, right? Because it's sunken. The beauty of this feature here is that if you were to look out, we are standing probably 20 feet above the grade at the back of the property here. So we can gravity flow this out to there, which is what we did.
Right, we just pop through the wall and it goes right out.
In other designs where you don't have this, and this is actually underground, we got to put a sump here.
Exactly, and we got to pump it out.
Pump it out. All right, let's go check out the next one. If we turn around just 180 degrees from where we were, we'll look at this structure here real quick and kind of go through that as well. So a place to get away from the bright sun and the Texas,
in Texas,
heat.
We love our shade.
Yeah. So, I mean, nothing super out of the ordinary, but this would be something that offers some shade, some comfort. You got ceiling fans, lights, can lights, and just a beautiful finish on the tongue and groove here. Single slope matches, the architecture of the house, and look at the view.
Right. I love it just because here we are getting close to sunset. We got this awesome breeze outside. The sun is setting. Temperature is perfect.
Yeah.
So you can come out here and just hang out, listen to the pool, listen to the water, and then we got this view over here that is, priceless. And so not only is it cool to, get out of the sun in the heat of the sun, but we can hang out in the evening, enjoy everything.
Some popcorn.
Else. Exactly.
Popcorn's not being made yet today, but then you walk around here. One of the things, so I think sometimes people get hooked into, hey, Denali builds swimming pools. We do, but there's a ton here that maybe would escape the eye if you're not looking. This is also something that we put in. It's like 60 or 70 stairs to get up to the house, right? And when you got to go, you got to go.
Exactly.
Right? So we've got a little casita down here that has a bathroom inside of it for the pool users that can not have to walk up
another
giant flight of stairs to the house.
Another thing we put in there was a washer and dryer hookup. You got 20, 25 people using your pool out here where you can put all the towels.
Yeah.
So you just dump them into the washer up there. Got a place to fold them. So when people come over, they simply just grab their towel, come out and have a party.
Love it. Yeah. One of my favorite parts about this design and about what you did here was working in and around all the elevations. So there's like 4 different levels of this project. Obviously the back porch was already there, but we're down on what I would call level 3, but there's another one below where we're standing right now.
It drops down to level 4, which is flat grass area. And then it drops to level 5, which is natural grade and the property line.
We'll look at that in a minute.
Yep.
So can't beat a slide, right? This one, if I remember right, this one was kind of late in the game.
It was like, it was kind of an afterthought.
Let's add a slide.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're like, pump the brakes. We got to wire this thing up with water. Where are we going to put this? Can we try and integrate something into, the patio that we already have? Push come to shove, this is kind of the design that the homeowner liked. And so we ran with it.
Turf was in, right?
Turf was in. Turf was in. Luckily with this turf, you simply just pull it back.
Peel the Band-Aid off.
Yep. Put in your water line, lay it back.
Run us through, Devon. What is this feature right here?
Yeah, so this is called a laminar jet. You see a lot of them like on the splash pads at parks and everything else. And what it does is it shoots a solid beam of water is what I call it. But what's cool about that solid beam is we can integrate light into that beam. So at night when it's dark, you see this rainbow of color go up and down. And it's literally like a lightsaber of water that arcs and goes out.
So it's a super specialized nozzle that will create an unbroken, what you call like a stream of water. And so the light can bounce back and forth. When it's broken, like these other deck jets over here, the light can't stay inside the
Correct.
And on a nice still night, you will see, like I said, a lightsaber rainbow.
Exactly.
These are LED lights in there, just like the rest of the pool, color changing. They're all color shows.
Yep, they all dialed into the same transformer, so they all do the same light show.
Super sweet. You got 2 at the head, if you guess, of the guitar. 1 over there, 1 over here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 deck jets that go around the base of the guitar. Let's go up the stairs, man. Yep. All right, so we're down, up, down, whatever you want to call it, to level 2.
Correct.
You got level 1 up there, the back porch, straight off the back porch, and then you come down the stairs. This is where you land.
Right.
Tell us what we've got here. Tell us a little bit about the spa.
Right. So if you look at it, it's kind of triangular. What's a guitar without a guitar pick? And so in this design, I integrated the spa shape to be like a guitar pick to kind of go along with the rest of the design.
So one of the cool things that I like about this is that you can't, I mean, maybe you can see it on camera, maybe you can't. We're a solid 6 feet above the pool, right? Fantastic jumping platform.
Yep.
But it also creates this place for water to spill into the pool. The whole face of this pick is all tile, right? So when what's going on right now is that we've got the blower on, so you're seeing all these crazy bubbles come out. When the blower is not on, these don't bubble nearly as much. And when the spa is in just regular pool mode, right?
Exactly.
You're getting a decent amount of water from 2 returns in the bottom of the spa. And that's a little bit of a reverse negative edge back here. So that water spills off slowly and just kind of hugs the wall. And then as it falls into the water, makes a nice little trickling sound.
What's fun, what I did with this is I actually have a separate pump with additional returns.
Yeah.
So if he wants to just turn on this spa as a water feature, he can crank up his pump and this will actually have a great shoot water.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. So I think one of the highlights here is the catwalk, right? Is that what you call it, the catwalk? Now we talk about this in another episode, but in lieu of, what originally was a giant boulder wall with water spilling out and everything else in grotto, turned into more of a modern look catwalk that you can basically go from this side of the project to that side of the project. Let's take a look at it. Fantastic, even flow of water coming off of here onto this natural stone landing here. How do you get the water to flow like that so evenly?
Yeah, that's where the fun part, that's where the math comes in.
Yeah.
So you calculate your edge, how much water you want to flow over the edge, and through some mathematical formulas, you get your GPMs per inch, right? And then from there, you can extrapolate out what you need to do to get your even flow. So,
maybe we did good in math in college. Maybe we didn't. I might have taken a couple math classes more than once, but it's not just like the GPM but it's flowing evenly
across
the whole thing. So if I were to bend over and look, what am I going to see?
Yeah. So we actually are filling a trough of water.
Okay.
Which then we can perfectly with a level that edge. So when the water comes through from that corner to that corner, we have absolutely zero drop.
Okay.
So we can control where that water comes over.
So there's a trough under your feet, right?
Correct. I'm standing on a trough. It fills that trough up and then spills over a little edge that's right underneath.
Do you remember how many inlets are in that trough to keep the water even across the top?
Right. So there's 4.
Okay.
So I put 2 on the ends with a 90-degree shooting one direction, and then I have 2 here that are T. So I'm shooting water that direction and that direction.
So 4 pipes, but in essence, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
water
feeds, right?
Correct.
To make sure that this fills up evenly so that when it spills, I mean, it's perfect.
It is.
It's absolutely perfect.
And the reason why we did that is before we put this coping on, we can turn that water on and off and kind of see where's a low spot, where's a high spot, and we can adjust our tile, adjust that ledge. So we get a perfectly even sheet of water coming out of it.
It's awesome. So something else, probably my favorite part of this is that I'm standing on one solid piece of stone here. And as I approach this, it looks like it's floating in the air.
Yeah, because it is.
So these are floating, what we would call floating steps, right?
Exactly.
So as you approach and as you stand up here and as you're walking across, it just looks like these stones are hovering.
Yep.
You can't see the base of it, right? Yep. How did you do the float? Did you do one in the middle? Did you do?
So I didn't want to break the stream in any way, right?
Yeah.
So I did 2 floats on the back that would allow water to flow through the middle and through the side. 1 float here in the middle and then 2 floats there. So from the sides, 0 blocking of water. So the water can come in through the sides. It can come in through the back.
Yeah.
And then through adjusting the GPM, we can increase that flow or decrease it to get an even flow of water.
Man, details.
Yes, it's all in the details.
So coming back down to, we're back down now to level 3.
Right.
Kind of just a different look, but now from here you can see, but we just walked over the catwalk. What's underneath the catwalk?
Yeah, there's a space for you to hang out underneath.
Not a little space either.
Right. Plenty of room for a whole gathering of teenagers to hang out. There's a bench with some lighting.
We were talking about what that looks like from the top right now, kind of a different view from this side. You were talking about a bench and lighting. So there's a bench that starts in that corner, right?
Yep.
Comes all the way to this corner. That dimension across the back has to be,
I would say
25 feet, maybe?
I'd say 25, 30 feet.
Something like that, where you can line all those teenagers up, right? And hang out underneath the grotto and the waterfall.
Yep.
Looking back towards this part. We're looking to, we're standing on turf, and this job, it doesn't have a ton of it, but it's used in a perfect way to where it doesn't feel like a concrete jungle around.
Not at all. And that's what one of the big things I was afraid of. It's real easy to pour acres of concrete.
Yeah, for sure.
Super easy. And so how do we lighten it up? How do we soften things up? So turf, is a great concept to put around the pool. You don't get the clippings. It's flat. It's soft. It works great. Ties everything together.
Speaking of not making a lot of hard spaces, this right here on a pool like this is super important, right?
Correct.
You got all this cable rail. One of the beautiful touches of this cable rail, and what some people won't notice, is that it is not a hard line from anything to anything else. So this is custom built cable rail, and it's all on a radius. Wherever there's a radius at the pool, the top rail here is radiused with the pool. The coping.
So your view goes right through.
So it would be, just like you said, it's easy to pour acres of concrete. It would also be really easy to come in here and do
chop this up.
20 chopped up straight lines, but not what you were going for.
No, exactly.
While we're standing here, my eye goes down the hill. Anthony, if you want to come back just a little closer and peek over the edge here, what are we looking at down there, Dev?
So this is kind of the manifold for an in-floor cleaning system. we've talked about the infloors in podcasts in the past.
Yeah.
But basically what it does is if you can imagine each one of those pipes feeding heads that pop up at the bottom of your pool, very similar to like a sprinkler system in your yard. And what it's doing is it's pushing water, shoving water, and it's disturbing the water in a way that's essentially sweeping the bottom of your pool with a jet of water and pushing leaves and debris and sloughing all that down to a drain, which then sucks that up, takes it back to the filter.
It's awesome. And then you got little American Ninja Warrior down here at the bottom of the hill. I would say this then, we talked about 5 levels. This is level 4, which is kind of natural yard, not really. This big retaining wall right here was built up. It's built out of large stone. And so now here you've got, if you want to go walk around and feel some natural grass on the bottom of your feet, there it is, right? And the kids come down and play on their American Ninja Warrior deal. And then you can see from here, my feet and knees are even with the tops of the trees down there. So from the back porch down to natural grade at the back of the lot, I have to think it's somewhere in the order of what, 40 feet?
I was gonna say 45 feet.
Yeah, 40 or 5 feet. So we talked about in another podcast using elevation and levels to make a really cool project. I feel like this is a perfect example of that.
We're using the elevation to our advantage,
right?
You know, to this point where the view, your eye naturally just wants to go down. And we're creating these flat, usable spaces while living on a hillside.
I missed a level, Devon. 1, 2, 3, 4 down below, 5 here, and then 6 natural grade.
That's right.
Good work, man.
Thank you.
All right. That's the guitar pool, folks. Kind of in a quick walkthrough. Kind of the brainchild here, Devon, that with Andre, the homeowner, came up with something that is absolutely unique, right? And special.
Yep.
So good job, Devon, once again. Appreciate you walking around us and showing us what it is.
Good to be here.
Hey guys, another fun episode here today at the guitar pool. We've said it more than once. If you like what we're bringing to you and you enjoy this content, please subscribe, give us a like, and come back for more.